All right, here we go. Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is AJ Wrights Crypto. Welcome to Monday, December 4th. What a weekend we just had in crypto world. I mean, we talked about it, all through last week. We talked about it at the end of last week, specifically at the end of last week, like what was Bitcoin about to do? Bitcoin was like really sitting on a really important support resistance level. And, we know that psychological $40,000 level was looking at us. We got above it, we're hitting levels we haven't seen since April of 2022. And it is Bitcoin's turn right now. It is Bitcoin's turn. Some of the altcoins, a lot of my favorite altcoins had a little bit of a pump over the weekend. And then, some of them have kind of rejected since then, kind of sitting at a weird spot. I definitely want to look at a lot of charts today at some point in the stream, to probably the second half of the stream. We will be looking at like some deep dive TA stuff to figure out like, all right, like what to do, what not to do. But right now you got to give it to Bitcoin and Ethereum. They are running the show. The large caps tend to do that. And then the altcoins tend to follow. And I also want to show you a kind of like a map of sort of what to expect leading into the halving. But most importantly, it's Monday morning. I'm just super excited to be here to get this show off the ground. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. We got Desert Crypto, Crypto Chicken Salad, the Davenport Report, Brian Maver, Mike Fowler, Ellie Fuchs, Karen Harris. How you doing, Karen? Good to see you. Jack Fozer, JC, all sorts. We got the whole squad in here. We also have about 120 people in here already. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. That's the number one thing you can do to support this channel. I'm also I think I'm like 7 subscribers away from hitting 8,000. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do that. It'd be a really big deal to me to get to 8,000. My goal is to get to 10,000 before the ball drops this New Year's Eve, but I'm going to have to put in work. I'm going to have to make a lot more videos. Going to have to step it up with my live streams. I got me and Goody. I've been talking super excited. If you guys don't know who Goody is kind of like my right-hand man. He reached out to me. He works for Mario Nafal. He runs like the round table and does like the soundboard and all that. And he reached out to me a while back. He's like, hey, like, like we should be friends. And, I thought about it and we talked for like on the phone a bunch of times. And then, I flew him out here to Atlanta. And then, we really hit it off. And he's helping me with a lot of stuff. Actually, when we moved to Nashville in about 2 months, end of January, we're all moving to Nashville. And we're getting like a much bigger house, and Goody's gonna live with Jada and I. We're getting like a super big house so we can like really double down, focus on content, because like he really helps me like making a lot of shorts and like kind of more funny content, but will also help with the more serious content. And it's just really good to have someone to like by my side to help me out like with all this, because doing it alone is super hard. And it's definitely good to have good friends and have really smart friends who are plugged into the space and know what's up. So big shout out to Goody. But yeah, I'm just excited for like the next chapter. Like this next month is definitely grind time. We're flying to Art Basel Wednesday. We'll be headed out to Florida. I don't know if I'm going to Vegas anymore. I kind of have some scheduling conflicts and stuff. I don't know if I'll be able to make it to Vegas, but I really would like to make it to Vegas, to be completely honest with you. And I will show you why really fast. Let me pull this tweet up from yesterday. I will also put it into the chat here. I just put it into the chat right now. Share this tab instead. All right. So right here in Vegas, they are doing the Web3 Influencer Awards. I was surprised that I even got nominated for this. I remember when I was touring with Ben for the first time, going to Miami, and Ben won, like the Influencer of the Year award last year. And I have the belt that from when he won it. He gave it to me because he had so many and he didn't need another one. So I kept the belt that he won. But I always told myself, like, dude, that'd be so cool if I like want my own one day. So so right now there is the vote going on for the new micro influencer, or like the newer influencers of the year. Ben is technically on that list because he has a new channel, but it would be kind of sad for him to win the micro influencer award. But if you haven't already, definitely go click on that link and vote for me, and also vote for everyone else. There's a lot of or vote for who you think is best, to be honest. I just want it to be a good race. I feel like I have a pretty good chance to win, but I don't want to be overconfident. I just feel like, I do have a really good community and like a lot of friends and family and stuff. And people even reached out to me like, hey man, I voted for you. And I'm like, thanks. So I just thought I'd give it a shout out also for, it was hard for me to pick like influencer of the year, like having to pick between like Wendy and Altcoin Daily. That's like being told to pick between Algorand or HBAR. Like, I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not going to pick between them. You know what I mean? So definitely head over to that tweet and vote for, because it's not just for micro, it's for influencer of the year, tech. There's a bunch of different sectors for people to win, and that will be happening in Vegas next, not this week coming up, but the week after that. It's like the no, not the Camp Pie Pandas, the Karate Combat promo for Ben's fight is coming up there, which is really why I want to go, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it or not. I definitely want to give a big shout out really fast. This is Icebags, the guy who runs Can Pie Pandas. Got to give a shout out to Icebags right now. He, where is it? A lot of pandas. The panda floor absolutely ripped. The panda floor was above 2 Ethereum when it was at 0.7 a little while ago. Here we are here. So wearing the shirt right now, to be honest with you, Crypto Face from Market Cypher sent me a package. Platinum Mike Perry. He sent me a bunch of t-shirts in the mail. I am on the Market Cypher team. If you don't have Market Cypher, make sure you click the link down below in the description to get signed up for sure. But I want to give a big shout out to Mike Perry and Icebags. Mike Perry did a bare knuckle boxing fight against Eddie. What's his name? I forget his last name because I'm on the spot. Eddie Alvarez. He fought Conor McGregor. He lost to Conor McGregor, but in a bare knuckle fight, so Icebags was in his corner. There he is right there. And then I met Icebags playing poker in the Bahamas the night SBF texted Ben. That's the story with that. But, this matters. You guys might not think this matters, but this really does matter because Mike Perry is an absolutely massive fighter in the MMA world. And and this is why this matters to crypto is because, first of all, Icebags is the, founder of Camp Pie Pandas, was in Mike Perry's corner when he fought Eddie, this weekend. Mike Perry, bare knuckle fight. Round 1, Mike Perry ate a lot of punches, but he stood in there and kept going, kept pushing forward. Round 2, they both exchanged a lot, but Mike landed some bangers, like straight, like his punches were way harder. And then they go to the corner, and then Eddie never came out for the 3rd round. They flagged the fight. His eye was swollen shut. Mike got hit so many times, but just stood there and took it because he thought, like, if I could exchange with you, that I'm going to beat you because my punches are harder. And that's exactly what happened. And, Crypto Face was in the crowd, which is pretty cool. But this is why this matters, is that the MMA world is absolutely massive. Especially like with the, the rise of karate combat, with the rise of bare knuckle boxing. And, and a lot of these companies are, have crypto influence. Like UFC has VeChain on the mat. You know what I'm saying? Karate Combat, was sponsored by Hedera. Mike is sponsored. When Mike Perry went on Joe Rogan's podcast, Mike Perry went on Joe Rogan, the JRE Experience, wearing a Can Pie Panda hat and a Market Cypher shirt. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. The exposure that, some of these projects are getting on the main stages of fighting, not to mention Can Pie Panda also sponsors John Jones Jr., one of the most controversial figures in fighting ever, and I just think it's awesome. I think it's completely awesome. And especially a big shout out to Can Pie Pandas. May or may not have bought one. Maybe not going to tell you yet. Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to make a pretty cool announcement on that. But all right, so let me check out. I had some super chats come in here. X-Fedman, AJ, thank you for your question. When you talk about a coin doing a 10 or 20x, do you mean from the bottom of the bear market or at today's price? Thank you, man. You're making a difference. That's a really good question, dude. Well, I would say for a lot of the altcoins I am talking about from today's prices. You look at HBAR, not even at 7 cents yet. That's going to 10x. I look at Algorand. under 16 cents, that's going to 10x. Quant right around $100, that's going to 10x. The 20x is really when you kind of get into the math of, with dominance levels, where, if the total market cap of crypto goes, last bull run, it went to 3 trillion, right? So if it could get to 7 or 10 or 12 trillion and a certain coin holds a relevant dominance level, then what would its hike in market cap be if it has the same dominance, but the total market cap is 10 trillion. You see what I'm saying? So that is really where you can kind of get to the moon math of something, if something is 10xable or 20xable. I think a lot of times in a lot of portfolios, aiming for a 10x is good, and then having some sort of like titration exit strategy where if you use 10 extra bags, you take out 70%, and then out of the 30% left, put 10 somewhere else, and leave 10 in, or there's a bunch of ways you can do it. I'm going to make an exit strategy video not next week, but in some of the coming weeks for my portfolio updates. My portfolio updates have been doing really well, probably my best video series. And the goal with my portfolio update series is literally, I'm doing such a heavy DCA, super committed, it's a real portfolio. Some people are like, oh, you're just showing these charts. Like, I'll show you the portfolio. It's definitely a real portfolio. I'm doing a heavy DCA because I want to start a portfolio that I started on the internet, and I want you guys to see me become a millionaire with these portfolios as time goes on. And that I'm completely dedicated to making that happen, whatever I have to do to make those DCAs happen every week. And, with that is that, like, so those portfolios, there's two separate portfolios. There's a larger portfolio that's like a $750 to $1,000 per week DCA, and there's a smaller portfolio that's a $50 to $100 per week DCA. But I generally just put $100 in that portfolio every week. And so I think what I'm going to do is, because the first 3 or 4 weeks of that series actually started on Twitter, and then I finally got my YouTube page, because it took me a while to get the ownership of my YouTube page, because I made this page on the HIT Network email address. And it took a while for me to get the ownership of this page, which is why it took me a while to make my first YouTube video. There was like a couple weeks there where I should have been cranking content, but I couldn't because I didn't have access to my own YouTube page because I got locked out of my email. Luckily, TJ did work with me to get me back into my email. So thank you to him for doing that at the very least. So basically what I'm saying is that with these portfolios is that I'm going to get to a point with both of these builds where, the large portfolio I think has about like $7,500 in it now, and the other portfolio has about like $900 in it now. What I think I'm going to do is that when the larger portfolio gets to $10,000, I'm going to ledger it up, completely ledger it up. Some of it's already in a ledger. I'm going to completely ledger it up and say, this is my $10,000 portfolio. I put $10,000 into this bag. Here's the distributions. Let's see how it does. I'm going to put that one to the side. Once the smaller portfolio gets to a certain point, 1,000, 1,500, whatever, I'm going to ledger that portfolio up and say, this is my $10,000 portfolio I put in. This is my $1,000 portfolio put in. Let's put those to the side. Let's build another portfolio, because, a lot of times, like, people want to, or I could still incrementally add more into them, but people want to follow. And I feel like not everyone got a chance to follow those portfolio builds because of how they kind of came onto YouTube in week 4. So with that being said, I'm totally fine with, waiting a little bit. So with all that being said, doing a lot of catching up today, but I got a lot on my mind, and it's really good to catch up with everybody. So, all right, we got Tristan Jenkins, $10 super chat. Hey, thanks for the $10, Tristan. I really appreciate it, bro. First time ever commenting. Just wanted to say you're my favorite person in crypto because you keep things realistic, keep it real, from Savannah, Georgia. Hey, man, I really appreciate that. Shout out to Savannah, Georgia. And I do try to keep things realistic, and I'm glad that you realize that. Like, I think a lot of influencers in crypto really kind of like either talk out both sides of their mouths, or it's just like absolutely like insane what they're talking about. And I just like want to, I don't come from much, everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I grew up in Delco, Pennsylvania, street skateboarding with my friends and racing dirt bikes on the weekend. And, people said like, oh, well, you race motocross every weekend. Like, you must have money coming up when you were a kid. Well, every penny my dad had, we put into our motocross racing. So I was lucky to be able to race at the level I raced at, but that was it. Like, that we lived tight so we could go racing. So, I come from a very humble place. And I will never, ever forget that. It's, especially like, kind of making the money I'm making now and like seeing what I could do, especially with crypto and trading and just how the bull run's coming out. Like this could really start to get ridiculous for me. And it is going to be interesting, you guys seeing this happen in real time, like me walking up the staircase of crypto. And I always just want to be humble, man. I really do want to be humble, and I really appreciate you recognizing that, Tristan. And thanks for the $10 super chat, dude. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's get into. There was another thing I wanted to show you guys. So we did the. I showed you the ice bags thing. We did the influencer thing. I thought there was one more thing I wanted to show you guys on Twitter. Let me double check. Yeah, I don't know what it was. Hard to tell. Oh, also really fast, I will show this. The winner for this CryptoChips.io giveaway will be mentioned tomorrow. Every week, not once a month, once a week, I do a giveaway with CryptoChips.io, who is actually rolling out the first batch of my merch, Get Rich or Get Wrecked. Very excited to roll that batch of merch out probably next week. I'm going to have merch available. So I'm super excited to give you that. But technically, I still haven't picked a winner for this hoodie. If you still want to get in on this giveaway, I will announce the winner of this giveaway tomorrow, and there will be a new giveaway from Crypto Chips for you guys tomorrow. So big shout out to my sponsor, CryptoChips.io. Link in the description if you haven't checked it out already. So with that being said, I'm going to get a fresh refresh here on CoinGecko.com. Share this tab instead. Let me scoot this bad boy on over so it's a little bit bigger on the screen for you guys so you can see it better at home. Okay, actually, all right, that's totally fine. Let me double check the chat so I can see it. All right, so we got Bitcoin at 41,390, so almost 41.4. I'm going to do in the second half of the show. If you want to see any certain charts, let me know in the chat. I will definitely get to a couple charts, not every chart, but I'll get to a couple. But I want to do a lot of TA on the show. And if I see something I like, I might even get into a trade. But I really want to show you guys where we really are at with everything with Bitcoin and Ethereum pumping. Like we're going to do a complete deep dive in TA on this show with all the main hitters and the big picture stuff. All right. So we are going to get into that on this show here in a little while. All right, we got Ethereum at 2,200. Love to see it. And, I'm going to tell you, over the weekend, a lot of NFTs ripped. I mean, Pudgy Penguins above 10 Ethereum. The Lil Pudgies that were a half ETH. I almost got Jada a Lil Pudgy for 0.4 a little while ago. And she was like, I don't really want it or whatever. And then I didn't get it. And now it's 1.1, 1.2, 1 Ethereum for Lil Pudgy. Absolutely crazy. Like I said, the Kanpai Panda went to 2 ETH. I mean, Mutants kind of hung around about between 5 and 6. But, there's a lot of NFTs that went off this weekend, and I absolutely love to see it. All right, really fast. We got a $20 super chat from my guy, Mackie Powers. What's good, AJ? Do you think PYTH has a 10X? Also, do you think GRT, the graph, has a 10X from where it is now, looking to put $7,000 to $10,000 in each? I like that. You definitely got balls, my friend. Shout out to Mackie for the $20 super chat, man. I really appreciate it. What's up, J Chains? Come say hi. Get your ass in here, dude.
Yo, what's happening, y'all?
We're going to Miami this week.
Miami, baby.
Miami.
Party where the city.
Oh. All right, appreciate you, dog. All right. So Mackie Powers wants to see PYTH. Been hearing a lot about that project, and then the graph GRT. Those are on the top of my TA list in the second half of the show. Jeffster, AJ, what are you doing for an AI play? Good question. So the graph is definitely. I know that there are more upside picks in AI, but the graph, it's kind of like, when people even people like me that say, I'm not really going to hold a lot of Bitcoin or Ethereum in my bags because the market cap's so big. In the AI sector, that's kind of the graph. The graph is the top dog in terms of market cap now. But considering that market cap's not too crazy, I'll get into that and show you later. I think the graph is going to be a winner. The graph is the Google of Web3, okay? And there is a lot of AI integration in the graph. Maybe not as heavily as like AGIX or Fetch or Ocean or whatever, but the graph, does have connections to AI, and I do count it as an AI coin. What? Oh, and Jada bought some of the graph yesterday. Congratulations to the Glitter Queen. So, So with that being said, the graph is probably my favorite AI pick because it's such an established project. And it's a safe winner. It's a safe winner for me. Like, I just know it's going to do good. And, I think there could be more upside though with Fetch, Ocean, AGIX, Alethea, projects like that. But at the same time, like, I'm fine with splashing AGIX, maybe a little heavier accumulation AGIX, but I'm cool with splashing Ocean. I'm cool with splashing Fetch for maybe the higher upside. But for like a solid pick, I mean, I think my personal portfolio, I'm pretty sure I bought like $2,000 in the graph this weekend. I did 1,000 on the large portfolio. I did $100 or $50 on the smaller portfolio publicly. And then Jada bought some graph, and I bought even more graph in my personal bags. So with that being said, I mean, I like the graph, and I'll show you why. It has pumped up a lot, but splashing in the ocean, LOL. Very funny, very funny. But so Matt Waddell, $5 super chat. Hey, thanks for the $5, bro. Really appreciate it. What are your thoughts on sand for this bull run? That's a good question. I will put that right under the graph in my TA list in this show. All right, so let's kind of get back to where we were here. All right, so let me get a fresh refresh here on CoinMarketCap. Quick check-in. We got 358 people in here right now. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for being here. I may or may not be at 8,000 subs already. I think I'm really close. But if you haven't subscribed and if you haven't smashed the like button, please do. I'd really appreciate it. That's the number one thing you can do to support this channel. I am on a warpath trying to get to 10K by the end of the year. And anything you guys do really, really helps me out. So I really appreciate that. Thank you. So let's keep it moving here. I'm going to zoom in. It actually doesn't look that good on your screens here. I'm going to pull this over so you guys can see it better. Here we go. All right. So we got Bitcoin, Ethereum. BNB up a little bit. It was around 220 before. We got XRP 61 cents. I did buy a big bag of XRP in my personal bags over the weekend as well. I think it's a slower mover, but I think it's a safe pick. We got Cardano still under 40 cents. And this is the kind of thing where, people say like, oh, like, man, like, Bitcoin, you said Bitcoin has this much bigger market cap. Then why is Bitcoin running and my altcoins aren't running? Well, it's because this is what Bitcoin does, everybody. Bitcoin runs the show. Bitcoin runs the show. And then generally the altcoins follow Bitcoin. Very rarely does everything always happen at one time. It's never like that. But, altcoins follow Bitcoin. So if there's a lot of money coming into the market, it proves to you that the liquidity is there. So don't worry if the altcoin you're heavily invested in isn't moving. Patience is everything. I have even had a lot of comments on my portfolio videos about like, oh, like, why do you like quant so much? Quant's dead, quant's sideways. But be impatient. That's fine with me. You can wait around and miss out on quant. I'm not going to. Be patient. Be patient. Warren Buffett said the trading, the transfer of wealth between the impatient and the patient. Be the patient. Awesome. All right. We got a $20 super chat from Eric Ferguson. Hey, really appreciate it, man. Hey, what do you think of Gora? It's an oracle on Algorand. I've heard of that before. I read up on that a while. I think I might have even done a space with someone from them a little while back, actually. I'll have to check on my notes on that. I will definitely take a peek on that. Appreciate you. Thank you for the $20. Appreciate it. We got another $10 from Tristan Jenkins. Oracle. Okay. Also, I've decided to have full conviction in 3 coins, said Tristan Jenkins, $10 super chat. 15K ADA, 10K HBAR, 10K Quant. I know you would probably not rate this high, but full send, man. I don't have a problem with that at all. I don't have a problem with that at all, Tristan. I'm not doing portfolio rankings today, but for this super chat, I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I would rather see you do that than go 5K this, 5K this, 5K this, 5K this, 5K this. With this, you're going to get those X's are going to matter on these coins. I would almost rather see that kind of conviction than someone really disorganized that doesn't know what they're trying to do. Tristan, as long as you have a goal with that, you're going to be just fine. And I really like what Jester said. Bitcoin is the mother. Babies take time. Exactly. Exactly, my friend. We got $5 super chat from Brian Brumfield. I know you mentioned before the Elon effect with Dogecoin on Twitter, but is it worth holding $500 or would it best be used in HBAR or something else? I mean, I can't really straight up answer that question, but with me personally, Dogecoin isn't my favorite. It is right here on the screen. It's about 8 cents. Dogecoin's tokenomics are pretty trash, to be honest. They mint 14 million new coins every single day. It has an unlimited market cap. It's just going to keep weighing itself down in coins. I don't know if that number has changed in a while. That was, I figured that out when I did the Dogecoin price prediction a long time ago. Those tokenomics might be a little bit different between now and when I researched that, but I will do my homework and circle back. But unless anything has changed from that factor, I'm not an advocate of Dogecoin. I'm fine with the community. I think that if Elon, the thing is that with Dogecoin is that, there is a lot of talk of Elon Musk, using Dogecoin as, some sort of vehicle, to monetize Twitter even more so than it already is. Right. And that's the rumor. And to be honest, I think Elon likes Dogecoin. Obviously, Elon likes Dogecoin. You know what I mean? When people think Dogecoin, they think Elon Musk, and that's fair. That's a completely fair dot to connect. But why would Elon be incentivized? See what I'm saying? Why would Elon be incentivized to use this coin to run his platform? You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that there could be some sort of integration, but I don't see Dogecoin being the common denominator for X. Like, I don't see the incentive. You know what I mean? I get it, but I don't know. And strike me dead if I'm wrong, but I don't know. I don't see it personally. I think Doge, Doge and Chia, I think those types of coins will have their day in the sun. I think they will pump again, but personally, they're not in my bags. All right. Well, this just going over the markets has taken me the whole episode. I don't want to get into TA in the second half of the show. I got Chainlink pumping up. Let me zoom this out a little bit. I'll get to that in 1 second. Jumpman, I am not doing portfolio ratings today. If I do this portfolio rating, I will have to do everyone's. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screenshot you. And then I'm going to get you tomorrow. I have a list. I have a little folder of all of the portfolios, or if I'm feeling generous, I'll do it at the very end of the show and sign off. So no one else can send me a portfolio if that's fair. But yeah, if I do this one portfolio rating, everyone's going to say, oh, I want mine done. And then there goes the show. I do portfolios on Tuesday and Thursday. Okay. Caspa right under 14 cents. We got near over 211. I love it. I bought a bunch of near at $1.50. Hell yeah. H-bar rejected hard. That's a bummer, dude. Quant, wait, where I thought I just saw Quant, or no, I saw something else. I was looking at Immutable. Sorry.
Somebody asked AJ, much love from Philly. Can you recommend a beginner TA book?
Was it a super chat?
No.
Oh, who was it?
Sean something.
Sean from Philly, Jada told me about, interrupted my show to tell me about Sean from Philly. And because you're from Philly, okay, I'll talk to you. Sean asked if there is a TA book that I would recommend. And to be honest, I'm writing it right now. Give me a bit. I'm writing it right now. There are a lot of good resources that you can find to self-teach TA. I self-taught TA. Big shout out to CryptoFace and Market Cypher. Really, really helped me. What I did to learn TA myself personally, I was in a trading group called Crypto Revolution. That guy still makes videos. That was a good place to get started, but I didn't need the group anymore once I got to a point. Getting a Market Cypher lifetime membership was a big help for me for learning TA. Once you get a Market Cypher, you get access to the Discord, and Market Cypher's Discord, really good spot if you have questions, if you're looking for positions, if you're looking for help. Market Cypher Discord, amazing. And honestly, like I learned TA by osmosis. I learned TA by watching CryptoFace streams from start to finish. The people that I've been working with over time, watching a lot of videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't know what a stochastic RSI is, go to YouTube. What is a stochastic RSI? Boom. What's the visible range volume profile? Boom. You know what I mean? Like, self-teach, baby. Complete self-reliance. That's the only way. All right. There was I'm gonna Jumpman, you just stick around. I will do yours and only your portfolio at the very end of the show, Jumpman. All right, so the PYTH network that Mackie Powers wants me to look at is down 8% here on the winners and the losers. Oh, you guys can't see that. Oops. Injective down a bit, DYDX down a bit, and that's because all these things popped up. And so did Phantom. Phantom was sitting above 32 cents, back to 30. Unfortunately, Ordi, that's a coin. That's a coin I want to talk about. Absolutely ripping. Near Protocol 211. Love to see it. Rocket Pool, that was one of Ben's picks, doing very well. Optimism $1.80. Mantle 57 cents. VeChain 2.3. Did some TA on VeChain in my recent portfolio update. So yep, quick overview of the top 100. All right, here. So going to look at a couple things. This is the first thing I want to show you. So this here is like, this is from a Finbolt article this morning. And basically this chart here is very, very important. All right. So each one of these lines here is the Bitcoin halving, the blue lines here. Okay. Bitcoin halving. And as you can see, pre-halving, I don't really like to use 2015 as an example because it's a completely different landscape than 2015. So it does kind of stick to the same ideas, but 2019 and 2023 are more accurate examples. All right. And as you can see right here, if we look at the 2019 example, this is pre-halving 2019. Overall, we had this like long uptrend, going up and to the right, but with a heavy dip right before the halving, heavy dip. And then we kind of sideways up a little bit. And then we had the blow off top. Okay. That example there is like, 2015 is relevant. The dip wasn't right before the halving wasn't as crazy as 2019. And I think that dip in 2019 is a lot like what we're going to see coming up here in the future. Because here's the thing, the crypto market always tries to trick you, everybody. The crypto market wants to catch you slipping. That's what it does. All right. And it would not surprise me one little tiny bit if, pre-halving, we're marking up. Even right now with Bitcoin, boom, to shake everyone out of the tree, to get you out of the market. And then the second you sell, it's going to turn right around and go to the moon. That's what happens. You know what I mean? And I would not be surprised to see a crazy shakeout happen like it did in 2019. But, sticking to where we are here, if we measure from, we got 518 days, 546 days, and now we're looking here, 546, 518. We're looking at, September, October of 25, which is generally what we've been saying for the top of the bull run. I've been saying November 25, but saying October, November, we're right there in the wheelhouse. Okay. And that would make sense for the timing, but keep in mind, we are entering that pre-halving period right now. Right now, we are about to enter it. So it's going to get very interesting between now and April. It's going to be very interesting between now and April. My suggestion is be consistent with your DCAs. Keep dry powder to the side for if or when that big correction comes. And when the correction comes, buy big in the red days. I mean, that's very obvious advice, but it's not easy to do in real time. A lot of times when there's a big red day, everyone's scared to buy. Everyone's scared to buy because they think it's going to go down more. No. Zoom out and make a decision. You know what I mean? Work with it. We got a $10 super chat from Bitcaprick. $10 super chat. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. Just wanted to say thanks and keep up the good work. Hey, man, I'm giving it hell. You're the man. You are the man. So I just wanted to really, if you guys, want to screenshot this chart, I'll actually even I don't really care about the article. The article is kind of a nothing burger, but this chart is good. I just put it down below in the chat. Definitely take a screenshot of that. Maybe set it as the wallpaper on your computer, so you remind yourself every day when you open your computer. Oh yeah, we're right here right now. Oh, I just hit 8K. Yeah. 8,000 subscriber party. Don DeMarco. High five. Boom. Thank you, everybody. We out here. We just hit 8K. 2K to go this month, and it's up to you. And if I don't get there, it's your fault. All right. So want to keep the ball rolling I'm going to get into TA really fast, but there's one little thing I wanted to look at. This story is pretty interesting, not gonna lie. Bitcoin crash will be more spectacular than its rally. And I of course people would say this. It's kind of about like the comparison with gold. Because gold's actually real. So that here's the Bitcoin's collapse, Peter Schiff. Bitcoin's collapse will be more spectacular than its rally. In contrast, gold's rally is real. Okay, bro. Okay. There was another. Oh, yeah. And then, this story here is absolutely amazing, especially when you're thinking weekly closes. Our weekly close was yesterday, everybody. That's massive. Bitcoin hits 40,000 for the first time since April of 22. Love to see it. There is this artist doing, I think his name is, where's his name? Die with the most likes did this thing of Elizabeth Warren. Just wanted to share it because I find it pretty funny. And that's a pretty accurate rendition of Elizabeth Warren, in my opinion. I don't know about how you feel. We also got, massive wave of interest from whales to Cardano. I like the article, but Cardano's been at 39 cents, 38 cents forever. Want to see that come into life, but it obviously is good to see, on-chain analysis, these type of Twitter pages. Like this guy does like a lot of charts, posts like this, kind of saying consistent interest from institutional players, surge points, growing interest in ADA. So that is kind of good articles to see like this. Anytime you see an article with the headline, it's always the same thing. But XRP whales, Cardano whale, it's the same article every single time. But I do just want you to see that so it's on your radar, so you know that whales are looking into this thing. And then Ordi hits new all-time high as Bitcoin breaks above 24K. Ordi price at a new all-time high of $44 early Monday as Bitcoin touched 42. Wanted to learn a little bit. It's talking about a lot of price action. There's a part of this article. Okay, I thought there was more about Ordi on the article. It's about Bitcoin Ordinals. And I definitely have heard about this coin. People told me about this coin. People told me to buy this coin. I didn't do it because I know everything. I don't listen to people. I listened to Goody when he told me not to buy a can pie at 0.7. See how well that worked. Oh, shots fired. But yeah, shout out to Ordi and this project. Definitely going to learn more about it now. Definitely going to have it on the radar for sure. But now we got about 20 minutes left in the show. We got about 435 people in here at the moment. Really appreciate each and everyone being here today. Very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you for helping me get to 8,000 subscribers. Absolutely massive milestone. It means the world to me. This YouTube page has been going for like 5 or 6 weeks, guys. 5 or 6 weeks. We're almost at it. We're almost at 10K. That's what my dad would always say. When I turned 14, my dad would always say, "Oh, you're almost 16 years old." I turned 16. "Oh, you're almost 21. That's what my dad would do. So we're almost at 100K now. So, and I'm bullish on it. I'm bullish. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate it. So let's keep the ball rolling here.
Someone asked if you're taking profit this December.
No, I'm HODLing. I mean, I day trade. All right. Someone asked if I'm taking profit. There are 2 separate types of trades, and I know what type of trade it is before I get in the trade, and I have it written down in my handy dandy notebook. Get in writing, everybody, that what I'm doing before I do it and what the goal is for what I'm doing. Okay. So when I get in, if I'm doing a heavy leverage trade, that thing might last an hour. And I either make a bunch of money or I get sucked out on my stop loss. I lose $300 or $400. I fill it back up. I do it again. And I can do trades like that to the point where I can lose 9 out of 10 trades and still be profitable because the one trade that goes up makes up for everything else that I lost. And also mitigate the risk because I have run such a tight stop loss that I can get sucked out. I can eat $300 all day. But, as long as you fill it back up, do the same trade again, set it up, knock it down, set it up, knock it down, set it up, knock it down. And all it takes is that one trade to go. And then you're in the green. So I would prefer to win more than, 1 out of 10. But, I'm just saying there are scenarios where that happens. But those are short trades. Those are day trades. Okay. And then there's trades that you kind of see that you're like, all right, this thing's probably going to cook. this thing's probably going to take a couple hours. This thing might take a couple days. Hell, it might take a couple weeks. But you kind of see a certain support resistance level on a chart. You see the volume coming in on a larger time frame. You see the money flow changing, the VWAP heading up on a larger time frame. These type of charts are called intraday trading, is what I like to call them. It could take a little while to get to the level that's in your head. For me, these are either spot or low leverage trades. I'm fine with trading spot, to be honest with you. Trading spot is a good reminder of, you don't, just because you can win trades with 20x doesn't mean you always need to. Especially if you you say, oh, like this level here is 10% above, where this level here is. So if I put 10,000 on this trade and it gets to that level that I think it's going to get to, I make $1,000. Like kind of things like that. I'm fine with doing stuff like that. And so but that's a planned trade that I know is going to take a little bit longer. Like those bigger moves, take longer amounts of time. And then there's your HODL bag. Okay. So you need to know when you get in your trade, what is this? Is this a day trade? Is this going to take an hour or two? Is this going to take a bunch of days? Or am I holding this to the top of the bull run? And with my HODL bag, I'm not playing the game where, oh, I'm going to get in and get out and get in. No, I did that before and it's hard. And if you can time the top, great. But can you time the bottom and the next thing? No one can perfectly time the market. I don't try to predict. I react. And with that said, with my HODL bag, I'm HODLing it. I'm HODLing my HODL bag. And if I want to micromanage trades, I will do that in my smaller time frame trades, if that makes sense. So I hope that answered your question. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to share this tab instead. And I'm going to click on Bitcoin. This is absolutely crazy. This is the Bitcoin daily chart. I actually want to point something out here. On the Bitcoin 5-day chart, look at this. 5-day chart. Bull cross. There it is on a 5-day. I love to see it. We even got a green dot on Market Cypher B. Big shout out to Crypto Face and Market Cypher. Make sure you check the link down below in the description if you haven't already. And I will be having a ref link for high IQ coming up here in the next couple of days if you haven't checked that one out too. I like using them both. Okay, so I mean, this is a 2-day chart. Really liking. Let me make sure the chart looks good for you guys. Okay, no, the chart does not look good for you guys. I need to zoom. I need to make this bigger and then pull this over. Okay, that looks a little bit better. So this is the 2-day chart. All right. And it is really great to see where Bitcoin bounced. I do want to zoom into maybe a 4-hour. Okay. But so this level here, this 38 level goes all the way back to, 2020. I'll actually show you. I should have said that before I zoom back out. Going back to the 2-day, this level here that we got above. So listen, this is the story. All right. So Bitcoin, the 32 level, we could not get above it. We could not get above. We got rejected here. We got rejected here. We finally broke it. So, in case of massive rejection, if we lose this level is the target. Just like this level, the 37 level was the target if we were to break this level. And the 40 level was also a support resistance line, from this line right there. Look how many times this level has been fought over in the past. You see 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch, 4 touch, 5 touch, about 10 touches on this level. Okay. And, so there's that. That's the 40,000 level. There are always a lot of support resistance lines, but I tend to have a few less so it's not as messy on the chart. And so you guys can see it. But with that being said, what's next for Bitcoin? So there is a little support resistance level here at around 32, 32.5 that we already almost hit, kind of got rejected from it. But the next big level for Bitcoin, in my opinion, is this level right there. Has also been fought over back here, fought over here, a bunch of times. That level is exactly 48,000, 48,100, 48,000 basically. Okay. The 48,000 level is absolutely massive. I mean, then we start talking all-time high conversations. We start having all-time high conversations when this thing gets back to above that level right there, that white line right at the top right here. That would be absolutely insane. Is it possible? For sure it is. For sure it's possible, especially with the momentum we have right now. Do I think, hold on, let me zoom in here, okay? Looking at a 6 hour. So that is a little sketchy on the 6 hour. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to zoom into a 2 hour. So this here does look like we are. Let me pull a couple other indicators to get a better idea. Does look like it's coming down. That's not applicable. There is a lot of volume sitting around 37. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this. All right, I would not be surprised coming that we probably will come down a little bit, especially with the Darius Watson envelope and a couple hammer candles here. I mean, this could be one of the scenarios where it just comes down to test. Worst case scenario, we lose 40,000. Best case scenario is we come down, we bounce off this support resistance level, do that really bad. We want to come down, bounce this support resistance level, and continue up where 43,000 has an SR line, and then 48,000 is the very big level there. So a lot of things happening right now in the very, very short term, kind of looking like a short at the moment. It is good on a very small time frame, 5-minute chart, that Bitcoin is staying above the 200 EMA, which is that, that white line right there. I just drew across this white line. We want to see it, continue to bounce off that level and not go below it. If it can bounce off that, not the worst thing. So definitely keep a close eye on that. But if you look at the duration of time, Bitcoin, green, green, green. If you look at the bottom, market cipher B, green, green, green. And now, we're coming into the red. Definitely looking like things are coming down at the moment, to be honest with you. What I really want to do is I want to look at the total crypto market cap. All the cryptos smashed together. And look, this thing looks very similar to Bitcoin. Oh, hey, what's that line? Oh, yeah, I remember that line. The one we drew just last week. Wow. Imagine that. Did I have that planned? Yes, I planned that part. Because we drew this line, everybody. We drew this line just last week when we looked at the total crypto chart. Okay? And there is the previous floor. The previous floor twice. January 22, March, February 22. Lost the level in May. Very sad. Lost level. Very sad. And now look at where we are. So it's actually very interesting that where we got rejected from on the total crypto chart. Okay. And that's actually kind of scary. It's actually kind of scary. Miss Trades, $5 super chat. Hey, AJ, love the channel. Can you do a noob trading video from scratch? What to download, how to paper trade, etc. Yeah, I can do that. I can totally do that. Newbie video. Okay. Thank you, Miss Trades. Really appreciate the super chat. But, the point here is that with the total crypto chart, where we got rejected is pretty bad. All right. And we need to find a SR level that we can bounce back off of and get back above this level. This level sits at, $1.5 trillion. Okay. The problem is that there's not many levels that I guess this one would make the most sense. Right around here. It touched a bunch of times back there. Let me clean it up just a little bit. Yeah, right around here. Because if you look at this level here at 1.25 trillion, 1.25 trillion. I mean, we touch, not even close, rejected. We actually see here we got rejected and then fought through. Okay. So it wouldn't be a surprise. Oh, didn't mean to do that. It wouldn't be a surprise to me at all if crypto, considering where we got rejected. So best case scenario is that you see this double kind of where we topped off a couple of times here. This level almost got missed, lost it, win it, that level there. Best case scenario, we come here, we bounce off 1.4 trillion, continue on. Sadder scenario, we lose this level. We come down to the $1.25 trillion level, which is, a more prominent SR level than the 1.4. And then we get back above and don't double top. Double topping this chart would suck. for everyone. Terrible, bad news bears. Remember, this is the total chart. The total chart. All of crypto. Every crypto, stablecoins, Ethereum, every altcoin smashed together into one chart. This chart is very important, everybody. Did not mean to draw that. But, my point here is that getting rejected where we got rejected is pretty sad. And, definitely a lot of short ideas right here at the moment. But, for bullish continuation for that 48,000 Bitcoin, for Ethereum to get to 25, for Algorand to get above the 16-cent level, for HBAR to get to 7 cents, for Quant to leave 100 realm, we need to get that's. It's not okay that we got rejected where we got rejected on the total chart. And of course, I'm bullish. Of course, I love the pump that we had, but I am a little concerned where we got rejected on this chart. Okay. I mean, this same level actually goes all the way back to there. You got touched there too. I mean, this is a very big level on this chart. And the fact that that's where we got rejected is not good. Okay. So what we really want to see it immediately get through it. We want to see it immediately get through it or do a quick retest and not double top. So this level is everything for every coin. Keep a close eye on the total chart. Okay, got a couple charts here that were requested to look at. PYTH was one of them. Looking at the daily. Okay, well, there's not much history on that. Okay, this probably is I've seen this ticker around, but to be completely honest, don't know that much about it. I didn't mean to click that. What am I doing? PYTH. KuCoin. Okay, so we got a new coin here. Well, I don't really know what to say because when there's not, it's kind of like a price prediction for the Caspa. There's not much there's not much on price action to go off of. I guess, what I would say is because of how pumped it might be a new listing on a lot of these exchanges, that this level here at 28 cents, you see how it touched here, set an alarm on that level. And if it loses that level, run. I will do more homework on that coin because I don't know much about it, but I will. It's on my homework list. It has been on my homework list. I've just been a busy boy. My apologies. The graph. This is a coin I'm more familiar with. Let me check in on. Wow, we have 446 people in here. Really appreciate it, everybody. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We just had the 8,000 subscriber party. It was a very short, not that hype party, but I had a great time. As you can see, this is a very busy chart. Look at all the mess on this chart. Oh, I did that thing I do.
Which month do you think the top would be in 25?
Probably the top in 25, which month I think it'll be. Somewhere between, September and November. Because that's a, year and a half in that. Huh?
That's Ben's Lando asking.
Oh, Ben's Lambo, yeah. So this is the daily chart for the graph. I'm going to zoom out even more here. The 2-day chart. The 2-day. So a couple levels immediately yell at me on this chart. I do want you guys, I remember last week we did go over, how much the graphs market, coins supply has grown. The first level, but so it's very unlikely it will ever, put in a new all-time high, but it doesn't mean it won't rip significantly. I mean, it could. It just market cap just needs to completely kick ass. But you see this level here, we got that rejection. We have lost it here. It's exactly where it got rejected from. And these kind of these levels where things get exactly rejected from this level, like when that kind of stuff happens, that's why I'm so terrified about the total chart where we got rejected. Because we literally went right up, kissed 1.5 trillion, headed back down. That's terrifying. That is terrifying. So, just want you guys to keep that in mind. So the graph here on the 2-day chart, trying to get above the 50 EMA, definitely had a bullish div play out here, from August heading into November, which led to this most recent pump, 90%. This one has come on up the hill here, but I still feel pretty comfortable accumulating this coin, especially in a bullish scenario where, with Bitcoin can continue, we can get past 1.5 trillion on the total chart. If the bullish narrative continues, I feel very comfortable accumulating the graph, and I'll show you why. Go back to the daily here. First of all, this level was the local high from 2023, right? So just to get back to that local high, we're looking at a 57% pump for the graph to 23 cents. That's very good news. Very good news. The next important support resistance level is into all the way over here. Okay, which is about 31 cents. And then another important support resistance level, right around there. Kind of cut it a little bit, but yeah, relatively this area, because it's been like a value area, where it has been a ceiling and a floor, ceiling and a floor, ceiling and a floor. All right, so like I said, from where we are here, these are my targets for the graph: 60% to 23 cents, 115% to 31 cents, and 243% to 50 cents. Okay, we get there, that's where we start thinking. That's where, the evaluation really comes into play. Because what I said last week is that, when the graph was all the way up here, its supply was a fraction of what its supply is now. So not saying, I think the graph, I think $1.50, something like that could be in the cards for the graph, which is why, $1.48, $1.50 for the graph. I think that's possible. Let's just look at that real fast. The coin perspective. GRT, share this tab instead. Bang. So if we want graph to 10x, we need a $13.7 billion market cap. And I'm pretty sure the Google of Web3 can get to $14 billion for sure. That's why I feel comfortable buying the graph, because I think it is a safe pick. It's a low market cap pick. It only has a $1.4 billion market cap, which is why out of the AI coins, it is the largest. But with that said, I feel like this is a guarantee. This is a good pick for me. I'm very comfortable accumulating the graph. Didn't mean to go to that one. Go to this one. Going to check out sand here. Okay. I don't have any sand at the moment. And if you look at this chart, I don't think you can blame me. Okay. Very sad for sand. Okay, so this is interesting. So this level all the way back here, look at that little dip there from April 21. Interesting level, because and then also right here in July of 21, we come across. We touch it here, we lose it, we regain it. This level is the 37-cent level where the chart's at 42. Okay. There are just so many SR levels on this chart. So many SR levels. But the one that really yells at me immediately is this one, because it kind of covers a lot of the bases. Is this one right here. All right. That's at 71 cents. We got touch, loss, touch, loss, gain, floor, loss, fight, loss, nothing. So I think it's very feasible, considering coming up in the money flow. This is a daily chart coming up in the VWAP. Maybe bullish cross incoming. Got the 50 approaching the 200-day EMA. Incoming, I think a 71-cent level for the sand is very feasible. And that is a 68% pump from right now. And we're looking at a 119% pump to the local high of 2023 at 94 cents and change. With that being said, October to now, it has only pumped 49%. I think the sand is a pretty solid pick. Like even the graph, I'm fine with buying the graph, although it pumped. The sand has pumped a lot less than the graph in the past little while. So maybe there is some juice left in the tank. But most importantly with sand, you've got to keep in mind is that this level right here, this 37-cent level, make sure you set an alarm on that. I'm going to. Because if we lose this, that's a really bad level to lose, because that level goes all the way back to 21. The 37-cent level has been fought over a lot for sand. Okay. Okay, I think that about wraps it up. Oh yeah, the Ordi chart. Thank you. The Ordi chart. Look at me, I'm an Ordi. Okay, so my light died. The lights keep dying.
Oh no.
Let's keep dying, everybody. All right, so
It's dumb that they don't last it out.
I know they don't last now. I need to leave them plugged in. All right, so first of all, this is the Ordi chart, Bitcoin Ordinal project. I mean, this thing's absolutely just on fire. This level, has been touched before from the launch. Kind of lost that level right away. Yes, I did.
Okay.
We bounced that level. That level is 1940. 19.4. Was it 19? Excuse me. 19.56. Okay, we lose this. 51% back to that level. Also, this level from its initial pump to now is the 2570. Also a very important level. We lose this. We go back to here. That's a 35% bump. The problem with TA on this chart is that there's nothing to go off of. So we're kind of in price discovery. So basically what you can do is realize that, okay, it's not even at $1 billion yet. It's at 864 million. Circulating supply, total supply. So if this is correct with its tokenomics situation is really good. If we just wanted to say, okay, let's say this thing goes to $1 billion, that's still a 16% upside. Looking at a $47 Ordi where it's at 41 now, just for it to get to $1 billion. 5x would require 4.3 billion, which would be a $205 Ordi. So so with TA, there isn't much to go off of. Definitely in some price discovery mode, but I don't mind. I don't mind the pick. I don't mind the pick at all. I think that especially with that sector is super big. A lot of people are really big on ordinals, and for a coin to represent that, I think that there's a lot of attention to that right now. It's a big topic. Money goes where the attention flows, or the attention flows where the money goes. It's one of them. It's one way or the other. Okay. I think, did we miss the ship a little bit on this one? Yeah, probably we did. Probably just a little. Looks like we might have missed the ship, but what are we talking here? What are we talking here? We're talking, I didn't mean to do that. We're talking, just 1,300% in the past 84 days. Just that, nothing big, nothing crazy. If you got in November 1st, if you got on Halloween night, like the freak you are, 731% for Ordi, spooky Halloween pick. That was the time. I think it's definitely a little scary because of how hard it pumped, but it is still in price discovery mode. It got above this initial, and is continuing. So, if for a rejection, if it goes below this 25.7, that sucks, but it could continue on and start making new lines. You know what I mean? It's a newer chart, not that much to go off of, but it's still under $1 billion. It has a lot of attention. I don't mind this pick. Just be wary of how hard it's pumped since Halloween. So, so with that said, everybody, it is 11:35. Ben, I believe Ben will be starting his live stream here very soon. If you are going to Art Basel in Miami, reach out. I'm super excited to go there, meet a bunch of people, socialize. Bunch of parties we're hitting to, gonna hit and everything. I'm just excited to go to Miami with the boys, and Jade is coming, and I think Goody's coming. We're gonna see all the friends. Love it when the band gets back together. We got a bunch of stuff to do. So if you're in Miami, feel free to reach out. Love meeting people. We hit 8,000 on this live stream live on the show. I really appreciate all 8,000 of you here first. You guys are absolutely awesome. Super, super grateful for this opportunity. I'm just going to keep making content every day. I'm going to give this hell, that's for sure. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. If you haven't subscribed, I want to earn that subscription. So, give me a chance. And also smash the like button if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. My name is AJ Writes Crypto. Get rich or get wrecked. Shout out to Platinum, Mike Perry. Have yourselves a great rest of your Monday. Later.